Nichole Berlie, the man accused of trying to assassinate President Trump at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, was back in court today. Berlie is facing life in prison after being accused of rushing a White House security checkpoint. We've all seen that video, shooting a Secret Service agent and multiple gun charges after the attack. A federal judge is ruling that the acting Attorney General, Todd Blanche, and U.S. Attorney for D.C., Jeanine Pirro, would not be removed from the case, despite concerns from Berlie's defense that their ties to the case would prevent them from making impartial decisions as prosecutors. We've got NewsNation's senior congressional correspondent, Joe Khalil, live in Washington, D.C. for us on this. Joe, you know, the defense has indicated that they are open to a plea deal. Has there been any progress with that? What are you hearing?
Yeah, so not on the plea deal, at least not yet. If that's coming, we just haven't seen it. It was a really quick hearing today for Nichole Berlie. Laura, only 5 minutes in and out of the courtroom. And the only tangible update that we got today is that both sides have agreed to sort of delay the speedy trial clock on this case beyond 45 days. And the reason that is, according to the prosecution side, is that there is just so much in terms of discovery that they have to go through that might be relevant to this case. And Laura, I know you've covered several criminal trials. You know, sometimes it's really extensive text messages, potentially emails, personal writings that the prosecution might go through, especially in a case like this, where you can imagine the prosecution is interested in motive, in fully understanding Nichole Berlie's mindset here. But obviously, this case still very heavy, and you can see that video that the country saw. It was really jarring as he ran through that Secret Service barricade, that long gun in hand. He's still facing those very serious charges, among which are an attempt to assassinate President Trump, the allegation that he opened fire on one agent, thankfully not seriously injuring that agent, but they were hospitalized for some time, and then 2 weapons charges. As of right now, Nichole Berlie still maintains that he is innocent. He's pleading not guilty anyway to all of these charges. So we will see him again back in court relatively soon. But for now, what we know is that the prosecution, not in any hurry to move forward with their case. They want to make sure that they dot every I, cross every T, and go through all of the potential evidence that is available against Nichole Berlie to sort of understand his motive and where he was coming from ahead of this very high-profile alleged assassination attempt.
Right, Joe, and to your point, I mean, when you're talking about those text messages and emails and the amount of data that is, that does take a lot of time. And I understand both the defense and prosecutors have agreed to a speedy trial, so that's helpful. But what happens next?
Yeah, again, so they've now just agreed on that timeline. So at some point, we do expect Nichole Berlie to come back. Now, there was nothing discussed about a plea deal, but keep in mind that that doesn't necessarily mean that it's totally out of the cards. Having said that, we just heard, you know, Jeanine Pirro, the D.C. attorney, she has been very forthcoming about being foot on the pedal. She says that they're going to prosecute Berlie to the fullest extent. We've heard something similar from the acting Attorney General, Todd Blanche. We know that both of them are going to remain on this case as they move forward, that the judge has ruled that despite the objections from Nichole Berlie and his legal team, the judge didn't see enough evidence that these two could be impartial simply because they, among the rest of President Trump's cabinet, were actually at the correspondents' dinner when Nichole Berlie allegedly came in and attempted to assassinate the president. Again, that's the charge. So moving forward, we'll see him back in court here. We're going to keep our ears to the ground for any kind of movement on a potential plea deal or whether the prosecution intends to just move forward, given the stakes around this case, move forward to trial.
All right, very good. Excellent breakdown, Joe Khalil. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.